Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the collective for November 27th, 2019. This reading is for all signs, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I hope you all enjoyed your new moon in Sagittarius last night, although you shouldn't have been able to see it, but you should be setting your intentions and for your manifestations at this time if you guys are making moon wishes or manifesting with the cycles of the moon. And hopefully they will come to fruition by the time we have the full moon in Gemini or we have the next new moon in Capricorn. It's one of my favorite tools to manifest with the moon. You can write them out, speak them out loud. Some people like to bury them and watch them come to fruition. All of those are just wonderful tools to manifest for your highest good. Now, let's go ahead and get started with this reading. I'm just going to ask that you guys give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something you like to do at the end of the video. And I just want to thank you all for being on this journey with me. You guys do mean the world to me, and it's a very humbling experience when you guys show your love and support. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What messages, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides, what messages do you have for the collective for November 27th, 2019? What messages do you have for the collective November 27th, 2019? What messages do you have for the collective November 27th, 2019? What messages do you have for the collective November 27th? Whoops. Queen of Pentacles wants to pop out. November 27th, 2019. For those of you interested in the decks, I'm using the Steampunk Tarot, which is a lovely, lovely deck. Okay, yes, I love this energy coming out here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. It is all about family. It's all about that meat and potatoes relationship. As one of my favorite readers, Gemstone Tarot, always says, this is these traditional family values. This is a family that is stable. I love the fact that there's an archway here because this is something that you can achieve, that you can move towards, or that you have achieved. It is what we know as your traditional family, but we know that that looks different for everyone. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's male, female, child. You know, it could be a same-sex coupling. It could be you and your tribe. It's whatever makes you feel happy, wherever you find your paradise, wherever you find your stability. It's your health, your wealth, your happiness, and your abundance. I can't help but notice here, though, that we do have some sort of seer, some sort of tarot reader, some sort of intuitive, some sort of person that is telling your fortune and talking about this happy life, this wealth, and this abundance. So that's something to take into consideration. It may be something that you have seen in a dream. I'm getting that very strong from Spirit, that those of you who pay attention to your dreams, that your angels and your spirit guides are communicating you through your dream state, and or readings. Pay attention to the messages that you hear in your readings. Now, but that does come with a warning that please, you guys, do not give your power to a reader. These are messages. Not all of them will resonate with all of you. Okay, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Chariot. And we have the Three of Cups. So we have a lot of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy going on here in this reading with the Eight of Cups. The Chariot is the Cancer card, and the Three of Cups, okay? So lots of water energy. You guys might have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your chart, or you may be surrounded with people with those in their chart, or you're exhibiting those qualities, or they're being exhibited around you. Okay, and the same goes for this watery energy. Now, the Eight of Cups is showing up in reverse, so it's kind of telling me, it's kind of taking me back to the Seven of Cups. The Eight of Cups is all about trying to decide what's best for you and maybe having to walk away from a situation. These cups, the person is, she's leaving them intact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one cup that's missing. I wonder if she's got it on her. Where's the 8th cup? Or it may have fallen, but it doesn't really matter. The 8 of Cups in reverse is taking us back to the 7 of Cups to do a lot of introspection, reevaluation, investigation. And remember that, sometimes things can get confusing. And as the 8 of Cups shows up in reverse, it's kind of like you going back and forth about making an important decision, about whether you need to set out on your own, either towards this happiness. Remember to follow the signs and the synchronicities that are going on, especially those of you who remember their dreams or are paying attention to their dreams. Spirit is telling me that that's going to be really important. You're going to receive some clarity and some messages there. Now, the Five of Wands energy is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And the Five of Wands, this is kind of like this mob of people, and they're getting angry. They're getting really riled up. They're still not, they haven't sort of set to the streets to march, but it's sort of that, it's that period, before people really start to get angry and really, really get upset. So I'm getting that, there's some things that are going on. You might be having small arguments. Some of you might be repressing some sort of feelings about a situation or about a relationship. And I feel like it's about to erupt. Now, this could also be going on within you. All right. Remember, the Four of Wands card is all about marriage. It's all about twin flame relationships. It's all about stability, okay, which we're seeing here resonating in the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm getting that you're really, really at a crossroads here, because underneath that we do have the Eight of Swords, that you're overthinking, okay, that you're really trying to take something to another level. Ooh, and you've got the Ace of Wands underneath here. So the Ace of Wands is all about go for it. Spirit and your angels and your ancestors are really telling you this is a green light. You really need to go for it. There's an up-leveling, some sort of transformation. Somehow giving, this is the card of second chances. So you might be giving a relationship a second chance. You might be thinking about, reconciling. Maybe this is the mother or father of your children, or somebody that you've been in a long-term relationship, or that you see or sees you as long-term relationship material. But I can see that you're really, really going back and forth about either leaving your current situation, or should you move or should you not move towards this person or towards this situation. Now, remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic situation. It can be a job, or it could be a spiritual path. It could also be a move, because then I have the Chariot card coming out, which is Cancer, and the Chariot is all about travel. The Chariot is a very, very potent, strong major arcana card, all about maintaining your poise, using your will to direct these two extremely wild animals that are blowing steam. One's black and one is white, so it's all about, uniting two differences, two people, two opinions, and getting these two massive animals to move in the same direction. And that's not for the faint of heart. So it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of maturity. You have to rely on your experience. You have to be quick. You have to be strong. Okay. And you can see that this person, he or she, but it looks more like a she, is really, really, she's able to do that one-handed and keep herself dry with this magic umbrella. So she's going through a stormy period, but she's maintaining her poise and her composition and her elegance throughout this sort of difficult and trying time. But in the end here, we have the Three of Cups, and that's all about celebration. It's marriage, it's a baptism, it's a party, it's the holiday season for those of you who are celebrating the holidays at this time. And it's this beautiful coming together, this meeting of the minds, and it's happiness. So that's a beautiful card to come out in your end position. All right, I'm going to pull some good tarot cards from the Good Tarot. It's the name of the deck, for additional messages for the collective for November 27th, 2019. All right, the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like we're seeing this reunion between two people, and I feel like it's a soulmate connection. It's not something that's, it's not just sort of a passing connection. We may have seen some relationships come and go quickly during this Mercury retrograde period. And remember, we're in the shadows of Mercury retrograde until December 7th. I'm getting this is something a lot more long-term. It's either reunion or you're moving towards this person. Some of you might have been dreaming about this person or having dreams about having a family. So if you don't know, if this doesn't resonate with somebody you already know, it may be somebody that you're moving towards but you don't realize it. Okay, and during this holiday season, as you're going out and you're socializing, as you're partying, might be where you meet that person. So that just might be for one or two of my singletons out there. Okay. All right, so we have the 8 of Swords. Yep. And look, that shows up right underneath this card here. So we have this message resonating. Okay, so you really need to find some way to stop. Think about the way you're talking to yourself. Check on your stress and your anxiety levels. The 3 of Air. Ooh, some heartbreak, some sadness, sorrow. We have some 3s here. Some of you might be in separation with somebody due to a third-party situation. And the 10 of Air. Wow, interesting. Okay, so I'm getting some different messages here. One, I'm getting that there's a situation that you've been going back and forth about here. It's a long-term relationship. It may be the parent of one of your children. It could just be a very committed relationship, somebody that you saw yourself marrying, okay? And it could also be a soulmate relationship, because remember, I did see the 4 of Wands in my mind's eye popping up. All right, but we have the 8 of Air on top of the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. Something that happened, okay, is really, really making you feel defeated. You're feeling really exhausted, anxious, and really depressed. Now, for some of you, you felt like or you learned about a third party, okay, which very well could be, someone, it could be somebody that was stepping out on you. This third party could also be somebody's job. It could be somebody's, side project. It could be whatever they're doing, but it's something that they're diverting their attention away from this relationship, and it's causing a lot of heartbreak and sadness. And this is really, really creating, an issue with you, because I feel like you're holding on because you saw this as long-term. So you may have actually had a reading about this person as well. And a reader may have told you that this was the one. Okay, that's just going to be for one of you, and you're just not sure now because you've gotten wind of this third party situation, or you're feeling quite heartbroken, and it's really causing this sort of inner turmoil. This 5 of Wands, it's something you've been trying to repress, something you've been going over back and forth about. Okay, but it is actually causing some issues, and it will erupt here. And Spirit is saying that this is a cycle. This is something that needs to come to an end. The 10 of Air, now, it either needs to come to the end that you need to address this situation and be very clear, okay? Because then once you do, you're going to be able to set out on your own. You're strong enough to deal with this, and it's just going to be something that's much bigger and better for you out there. Remember, if it's a relationship, if it's a if it's a romantic situation, you release something. If it comes back to you healed, then it's yours. And if it doesn't come back to you healed, then it was just time for you to move on to a different cycle, a different person, and it's something bigger and better is coming your way. All right, but I am seeing that also this could have been a very, very painful ending that you've had a really hard time getting through. All right, and this air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy is so strong on the second level of this reading. And I'm just seeing that, Spirit really wants you, this woman on the cloud, this angel, okay, again, with all of these feathers coming out, Spirit does want you to know that you're protected by your angels and your ancestors. You're on steady ground. You're okay, you're protected, but you're feeling like you're going to fall through here. And you're sort of that, getting that fear in the pit of your stomach of your fall, or your fear of heights, or your fear of moving on from this situation. And Spirit is saying, look, we need to let go of this heartbreak. It's done. It's over. It's time for you to move on. Okay, I'm going to pull some healing with the angels cards for additional messages from Spirit for the collective. Additional messages from Spirit for the collective. Soulmate. This came out yesterday, you guys, and it's so weird because I was really thinking about yesterday's reading and study. Interesting. So definitely more work needs to be done here. Okay, definitely there needs to be more work done. I'm seeing this card also as the Temperance card. So as this is all something that's going to be coming to fruition during the Sagittarius period, and it's very, very important that you find balance, healing, and you have patience about this situation. It's something you've really been going back and forth about. It's something that you need to go and do some introspection. You need to do more investigation. You also need to reevaluate your motives for either staying in this relationship or leaving. Okay, I feel like or this is a soulmate connection. And yesterday's reading, remember the final card was karmic completion, and that was all about you. This may be speaking to that reading and to that same message that you've learned your lesson. Okay, the 10 of air, this has hurt you. It's time to move on and to heal. Because there are bigger and better things that are waiting for you. And it may be this 10 of Pentacles that's waiting for you. But as long as you're really holding on and you're going back and forth about being stuck with someone, I'm getting two cards that when I tried to do this reading earlier, and I don't know about some of you guys, but my normal pattern with Mercury retrograde is I really like Mercury retrograde, and it usually goes really well for me. And then when we get to the end or in the shadow period, that's when whatever I order doesn't come in the mail, it gets lost, my technology starts going totally bonkers. But I'm fine all throughout Mercury retrograde, but it's towards the end. And so I tried to do this reading earlier, and it was the Page of Cups with the devil underneath. And and that's all I'm seeing right now with these same messages. And it's connected to yesterday's message about that karmic completion, that whatever you're clearing out karmic debt right now. And this relationship, whatever it was that hurt you, this 3 of Swords, it doesn't have to be a third party, but it's something that, really hurt you emotionally and created some sadness and some sorrow for you. It's something, it's over. You need to let it go, and you need to actually make this decision with this 8 of Cups. Turn it right side up, because right now it's moving back towards that confusion in the 7 of Cups and the need to reevaluate, etc., etc. If you can turn this 8 of Cups upright, it moves into the 9 of Cups energy, and that's wish fulfillment. And that is probably this card here, okay? So for some of you, it is, but you do need to leave this karmic connection behind, and so that you can heal and clear those energies. All right, I'm going to pull one final numerology card for you guys. And this is it. Adventure 55. It's time for an adventure. Remember, 5s are all about change. They're about big changes. They can speak of some sort of conflicts, but movement and fluctuation. This card in particular says it's a time to be inquisitive and daring. You might want to rearrange your furniture or experiment with new styles of clothing. Perhaps you could eat a different type of food, take up a new hobby, or go on an overseas voyage. So again, we do get that Sagittarian adventure and travel type message coming through here, but this also sounds a lot to me like what goes on after a breakup. We cut our hair, we might start a new exercise routine, whatever it might be. And sometimes a new version of something familiar is enough to shake things up. Even a random act of kindness can be an adventure in itself. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you toward new experiences and adventures. You've got people to meet and plenty of things to see, right? With that Three of Cups energy. This is the time, this is the holiday season. So open yourself up to the unknown, revitalize your soul, and broaden your horizons. Adventure stimulates the life force and enhances your connection to source. Yes, it's a beautiful energy, you guys. There's something here that it has run its course. You've learned all that you can from it. Now it's time to heal and it's time to move on and open yourself up to that very Jupiter, Sagittarian energy that we're moving into, especially with last night's new moon, okay, and broaden your horizons. This is going to be the best thing for you. You can do that on a major level and travel, or you can do it on a minor level and just rearrange, furniture, eat something new, try something new, but just, go out there a little bit on a limb. Okay, I love this energy for you guys. It's very connected to yesterday's reading, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead and give that one a look. And I just want to thank you guys for listening. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, and share, if and only if that's something that you like to do. And I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful day.